On the surface, there might be some similarities. Just beneath the surface, it couldn't be more different. We're back with another daily reflection on the TDV. And this episode is on a question I get every once in a while, which I got recently from the Venice Vedantic Club, from someone that hasn't been to many, maybe he's been to one or two meetings, and wanted to know the difference between Vedanta and seeing all of this as Maya, illusion, not real, and nihilism. Nihilism also has aspects of looking at the world without meaning or not seeing any meaning in the world, and that nothing is real or meaningful. Nihilism is often attached with existential or connected with existential pessimism or dread because of this void that you spiral towards with a nihilistic view. I'm not a scholar on continental philosophy, European philosophy, or the school of nihilistic thought, nihilism, but I can offer a simple and powerful difference between Vedanta, or a non-dual philosophical approach to life in the world, and a nihilistic one. Both are saying that this is not real. There isn't the meaning or value that the world is placing on the external world. Vedanta quite simply states that there is no external world. It is a projection of our ignorance that perceives something, but that something is not real, is not there. It is a misperception of what's really going on. Nihilism, the highest level, is saying there is none of the meaning that we think is in a career or a friendship or any pursuit out in the world has any meaning. We are just tiny little specks in this grand universe, and we're not even rounding errors in what's going on, and we're just little accidents. Both are saying there is no meaning in the external world. But Vedanta is not saying there is no meaning. They're saying this is not real. What we perceive or what we tie up value-wise into the external world is not real. Both are saying that. Both are saying, in a sense, that all of this out there does not matter. But the all-important distinction is that Vedanta also says something does. Something does matter, and something is real. There is a reality, an all-pervading reality, that when in alignment, in union with that all-pervading reality, is infinite meaning, infinite purpose, infinite bliss, all of those things. It is paripurna, all full, completeness. And then you have nihilism that says, this doesn't matter and nothing does. So what is the simple distinction? Vedanta says this doesn't matter, but something does. And nihilism says this doesn't matter and nothing does. One leads to an evolution of discovery towards what is, and paradoxically, stillness within, and yet externally their lives become the sages and saints throughout history. These lighthouses become incredibly dynamic characters in the world, all because there is this stillness within them, this ease in which they operate. Shankaracharya was the 8th century. He was Socrates and Mother Teresa wrapped up in one, with the philosophy that he left, and his commentaries alongside the schools and orphanages that he built. Extremely dynamic, while also exclaiming, none of this out there is real. And then you have nihilism, where it's instead of an evolution towards discovery, it's a devolution towards despair. One is saying something is, and imploring us to find out what that is. And the other is saying nothing is, telling us to throw up our hands and not waste our time. On the surface, there might be some similarities, but just beneath the surface, they couldn't be more different. That is today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. If you have a question, any question whatsoever that you'd like me to spend an episode on, like I've done before, you can shoot that with a DM on Instagram to the Daily Vedantic. You can shoot that note over, a voice note. You can shoot a note to hello@thedailyvedantic.com. And I'd be glad to dedicate an episode to the questions that come in from you all. So be sure to do that if you have one that you don't feel like any of the episodes have answered. And that is today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.